All right, hi, and welcome to this challenge lab by Skillable for AZ800, where we're going to deploy a IP address management feature, or IPAM as short. And server 1 here is going to be our IPAM server. So let's install the feature here first. Role-based, feature-based. This server, not a role, but a feature. Here, IP address management. Let's go. All right, and it's done. Cool. So then if we go over here to IPAM, our next step is to provision the IPAM server. And we're going to do this using group policy objects. Just a normal database, group policy based, and we're going to prefix the group policy objects with IPAM. All right. Perfect. So now we need to configure service as a directory. We first need to find the forests. This takes a short while over here. Now it's done. And then we can use our root domain here and all three roles. Okay, now before we start server discovery, we need to create the group policy objects and link them to the domain. We're going to do that using PowerShell. And I need to use a notepad here to copy paste the command in. What you see what we're doing here is we're calling the invoke IPAM GPO provisioning commandlet and give it the domain as a parameter, as well as the domain controller, which is DC1. The prefix that we used, which was IPAM, and then the server, which is svrcontours.com, and then we run everything as administrator. So now that's done. Now let's modify the policies over in domain controller 1. So we're going to use the group policy management object tool for that. And here you can see the policies. Now we need to add DC1 and DC2 to the security filters here. So we need to change the computer and then add DC1. Computer is DC2. And we need to do the same thing for the rest of the There we go. Then make sure that our DCs are updating the policy. So again, we can do this in PowerShell. There we go. And then we can invoke another command, which is gp result. /r to see if it worked. So you see they're still filtered out here, the IPAM things, and here as well. Another thing we can try to do is to go to them directly. And then over here run gp update force. Okay, and now gp result are. So here we can see that the IPAM GPOs are active. Same thing on DC2. And again, the IPAM GPOs are here. So that works great. Okay. So then let's make server 1 a part of the administrator group. Get rid of this one. Get rid of that. Let's go to users and computers. And we have built in the administrator group, members, and we add a computer, server 1. There we go. All right, so now we need to restart server 1. Let's get rid of all of this. And then restart. All right, so now we can start server discovery. You can see it again here in the background. And now it's done. So now we can take a look. We found 2 servers. Found DC, both domain controller, DNS and DHCP on both of them. So we could edit that server and then set it to be managed here as well. And here it sometimes misreads the IPAM access. Right, now finally I got the both servers to be unblocked. So now let's get over to main overview, and then we can retrieve data from the managed service. You see here that it's getting all kind of data. And now we can see over here our DNS that is running on both DC1 and DC2, as well as DHCP that is running. We can see the currently existing scopes and their utilization, etc. So one kind of thing that we can check here is the details view. All the way down here. It tells the server properties. The options that we've set up, as well as other stuff. Okay, so now that we've done that, we can manage this from here. So in IPAM, if we go back up here, we take DHCP for DC1. Now you can see that we can edit options or create a scope. So we're supposed to do a scope named net 10.0.0.128, where the start IP address is 10.0.0.130. The end IP address 10.0.0.18. And this is supposed to be a 26, so it has a net mask of 192. No exclusion. Everything else should be okay. Let me create some options. So what we need here is the router or a default gateway. And the IP address we want to set in there is 10.0.0.190. That's good. And then we want one more, which is DNS. And here we want to have 10.0.0.1 and 10.0.0.65. So that should be our configuration. Go a bit up, see the lower part of the window. Oh, come on. There we go. Yeah, this seems okay. And so now, if we take a look at the scopes, we should have one more, as we do. The same is also true if we go over and take a look at it in DC1. Right, so if we go over here to DHCP, .128 with the correct options, right? Yep. Okay, so similarly we can work with DNS. So going back to IPAM, DNS zones here, currently no data. So we could add a new record. We wanted to have was an A record for SVR2. So the name was SVR2. The IP address was going to be 10.0.0.129. Okay. And then okay. Now again, if we go over to DC1, under Conto. So there is the SVR2 record that we just added. So that's it for this lab. So one more way to work with DHCP and DNS. This was nice because it's not in the official AZ800 catalog. And the lab has a 30-minute runtime, so I had to do it like 3 times to be able to do it on time. There was weird hanging and stuff happening all the time. But finally I got everything working. Thanks for listening to me, and see you in the next lab. Till then.